Mara, do you have any idea why Ken's not connected? Can you determine that?
I think he's still trying to connect to audio.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, that's what it says, but it's just not moving.
Nope, it's not.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Great, great, great.
So Mark, can you hear us? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I
This
can.
is Kelly. And Carol?
Yep.
Okay. And oh, there's Bob.
Oh,
And Ken, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Great.
All right, Kelly, so who all's there? Is it you and Will?
Me and Will and Mara is also on board.
Right. I see Mara.
Yeah, and Will and I are here up in
Okay,
Chambers.
all right. Well, are we ready to go?
I think we can go.
Okay, welcome everyone to the ARB meeting January 7th. Tonight, I think the sitting members, Angela Thompson, Ken Burns, Carol Dunke, Mark Vogel, and myself, Bob Buckman, Kelly and Will are here, and then Mara Emerson Smith, City Council member. No work session. We had a agenda emailed. So before I get to that, we do have approval of meeting minutes from our last meeting, which let's see, were the December 17th. So I'll begin with that. I believe 4 of us are here. And do I have a motion for the December 17th meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the December 17th meeting minutes as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so those opposed, I shouldn't ask, but so those are approved. So next item, we'll run through all of our pre-approvals. And I should say, we'll start with, as we read through them, make sure you read the pre-approval criteria, which Mara sent out. First one is 615 Selma. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 615 Selma with the understanding that, with the clarification, I'm sorry, on detail for the windows received January 6, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Okay, so that is approved. Next, 730 Selma. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 730 Selma as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? 730 is approved. Next, we have 240 South Forest. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 240 South Forest with the understanding that the windows 1, 3, and 4 have mullion pattern, or the Muntin pattern, I'm guessing, to match the existing windows.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? 240 South Forest is approved. Next, we have 523 Olive Court. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve 523 Olive Court with the condition that a small window will be added on the second floor east elevation and a small shed roof matching the design of the roof over the mudroom door will be added over the breakfast room door.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed?
I oppose. These are unnecessary optional changes that have been made to the job or
All
to the
right,
project, and I don't think we can compel the people to do
So can I just put in for the record?
Mhm.
When I contacted the owners, they actually said that they were interested in doing both of those, that they had already been thinking about those ideas with their architect and had not yet drawn them.
that.
Just letting you know.
But I understand that too, but they're just things where I don't think it's in our purview as an ARB to add these little roofs over these doors and things like that. We can give people bonus points or congratulate them for doing it, but you know, it's just, we're just going places we don't need to go, in my opinion. And that's this is kind of a premier case of it. So anyway, I'm opposed.
okay, so that is approved. Next, 371 Sylvester Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 371 Sylvester Avenue with the understanding that the siding will match the existing house and lattice will be added under the addition.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? All right, 371 Sylvester is approved. Next, we have 824 Tuxedo. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve 824 Tuxedo per the updated plans received on January 6th of this year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Again, I'm opposed. This is a decorative. And
4-1.
well, let me just make my statement,
Oh.
okay?
Okay,
I'm not suggesting that people don't be allowed to do this. I'm just saying, if we approved it as submitted and offered this as a suggestion, I think that's what our job is. That's all I'm trying to do.
okay, so Tuxedo is approved. Next is 1 Holly Drive. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 1 Holly Drive per the updated plans received January 6th, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? All right, Holly Drive is approved. And the last pre-approval, 831 South Gore. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 831 South Gore with the understanding that lattice will be added under the deck to match the existing lattice under the adjacent sunroom.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? I think that's everyone. All right. That brings us to our one preliminary review at 800 Edgar. Is there anyone on the line that's going to join us?
Yes, this is John Fugelsang. How are you doing?
Hi, welcome, John.
Thank you.
All right. I will open up for the ARB members to comment. I can start with Angela.
Okay.
All right. I had a couple of questions on exactly, we'll just start with the foundation. I wasn't exactly sure if the foundation is going to be exposed in some areas or if that is just a drafting thing where you're sort of showing it where like
Yeah.
the grade line is.
Are you referring to the elevation views on the east side of the building.
Yes, the east side, well, yeah, the east side.
Yep, so that is not going to be exposed. If you look on the site plan view, you'll see a plan for a 3-foot tall retaining wall that will hold back the grade because the lot slopes upwards as you go east.
Okay,
So I didn't know how to really draw that in the elevation view, so that was.
So that's the reason the foundation does not turn the corner like that. It's just sort of,
No, the foundation will not turn the corner. There will be a retaining wall that kind of comes out and then 90s, then it would be heading north if you see it on the site plan.
yeah, so it shows a space between, on my site plan, there's a space between the house and the wall. So, but I assume that's not really the case. That might be a drafting thing as well. The wall comes off the house. Sits next to the house. Then you're
Yes,
saying?
the wall
Okay.
will abut to the east side of the garage there, and then it will move east for about 4 feet, and then it will turn north.
Okay. All right, so the foundation shown on the elevations is then all underground? It's not.
Yes, that's all underground. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I did not include I do have a grading plan, but it looked a little funky when I inserted it into my elevation drawing.
Okay. I did have another question on, so Windows 3 and 4, let's see. Yeah, I guess it's, and 5. I believe those are casement windows. And the Muntin pattern doesn't really go with the other one. Would you want to just add in another horizontal member to make it so they coordinate maybe with the other windows, or?
Oh, you're talking about the kind of quad window sash pattern. There was a few. Yeah, I'm open to whatever sash pattern is gonna look, that's what I put in the drawing because that's what I thought looked all right. But if that needs to be edited, that's not a problem at all on those windows.
Yeah, I guess personally, I would like it if it was an 8 light window. Yeah, that would be my personal preference. I think that would kind of go with the other ones because you have the little square pattern to the windows. I don't know what everybody else thinks on that one. It's not a huge deal.
Those windows would be a little bit differently sized than the rest on the house. So that was the reason
Right.
I didn't just put them as the same. I thought it would look kind of funny if they were smaller windows, but they had the same sash pattern. I don't, maybe they wouldn't, but.
Right. So I guess for me, they're a little too close to the same, but not quite, so either maybe more the same or a little more unique would be probably would fit better for my preference.
Okay.
Like I said, not that big a deal. Let's see. Someone else would like to comment.
The only comment I had was the note bedroom windows double hung 30-inch by 24-inch.
Yes.
I passed it on to the Mara, I guess, that just need to work with the homeowner here, make sure he puts the right size window in, that he meets egress condition on the bedrooms, that's all.
Yeah, I think those are the minimum, those dimensions would fit the minimum egress requirement, right?
When you get the window.
That's the openable part.
Well,
That's the openable part is 30 by 24. It's like double that size.
Okay, just be sure, because I'm running into, when you buy these vinyl windows now, You can get a 3050 window in wood and they all meet egress, and some of these vinyl windows don't meet egress in 3050. You got to go 5'4" height to get it. So just make sure your window guy's giving you a code compliant window, that's all.
Yeah, the window's like 52 inches tall. I'm gonna try to match what's on the rest of the house. The windows are about 8 or 10 years old, I believe, and they're uniframe, which is it's made by Plygem. I think they've updated the brand name a little bit, but they have a very similar model. It would look the same.
I just don't want you to build something and find out it's not going to work for you, that's all. So.
Right. Okay.
I really don't have any comments about the project.
So you're keeping the existing windows?
In the front of the house and the 2 windows on the south side of the house that are, yeah. The 2 windows, if you're looking at the south elevation, the 2 windows on the left are going to be old windows. If you look at the window plan, I think it lays it out pretty clearly on what's going to be kept.
Mark, you have anything?
No, I don't think I do. Not comments on the plans per se. I did just have a question actually for Mara, actually. It's kind of an unusual lot in that it has frontage on 3 sides.
He obtained a variance.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious
So
how
they
this-
did go through the variance procedure for the garage.
Got it. Okay.
All right, Carol?
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the clarifications on the grade because that was a little confusing to me about exactly how the grade was going to run in relationship to the finished floor as it carries around the house. But I think I have a clear enough idea now. Looks like you're making some really nice changes with your porches and stuff. I think that'll be very pleasant. And I do agree with Angela's comment about the windows. I think that a more consistent mutton pattern would look nice. It would just look more coherent. But other than that, I really don't have any comments.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I think I had a couple that I wrote down. Looks like the porch column wraps, they look sort of like a precast Doric column, I guess that's what they are. Are those fiberglass or?
Yeah, that would be, I was going to try to do them like PVC.
Yeah. Okay.
With, so it'd be like a treated wood timber structural and then wrapped in PVC. So they have kits online for those you can buy in PVC. I don't have a particular one spec'd out, but it would look something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's really my point because the scale, that you're showing, my question was, I assume that's the accurate column wrap.
Oh, yeah, on the note there, you mean?
Well, just the size that we see, yeah. So I know it says 10 inch, so I assume that's what's drawn.
Yeah, it's shown as tapered on the drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the windows, my question was the window trim, because it looked like when I was looking at your window sheet, some of them had a header trim and some of them didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure what was going on there. Like number 1 and 2 have a little different style of header. Number 2 has a sill that collects the styles, and so I was just not sure.
Okay. You're looking on the elevation plan?
You know, the window sheet where you have the windows shown enlarged.
Okay. Let me get to that one.
Yeah, windows 1 and 2 have a trim piece, and I guess it's shown on your elevations.
Yeah, and that was just another thing where I had some different sized windows in there, and I thought I could maybe change the look up a little bit, but it would be fine to put the, I'm going to be re-siding the house and new exterior trim, so I want to do a more bold trim look over the windows. But I thought it would be okay to kind of mix it up on the smaller windows, but that would be fine. I don't really care either way how that window trim looks. I think it could be made to look fine either way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my comment just goes towards a little bit of what Carol and Angela were saying. And I think with the lights, that match, and if the trim match too, sometimes there'll be a hierarchy where the front of the house has this fancy trim and the sides and the back don't. But in this case, you've kind of got it mixed, both styles on all sides. And, I just think I think it would look a little bit better if it was consistent on all sides. Very minor, but
I'm concerned about all the sides except the south side, I guess, because it's viewed from kind of all other sides.
Yeah, that was kind of the question that I had, because since you do essentially have 3 front sides to this, it's extremely visible from all 3 of them. And so I think that consistency is probably more important on this type of a lot than others that we might see.
Okay, so the note would be that you want to see a similar window trim for all the windows.
I mean, that's my suggestion. I don't know if you agree, but I just think it would look more consistent. It's
okay,
but you tell us what you want to do.
Well, I thought about that too, and I don't know. I would just have to find edit that library, and I can put it in the drawing to look, similar to the other ones. But I didn't have the reason I didn't do it like that. Well, number one, I thought it would look fine either way, but I didn't have a standard library when I was building this in CAD for that. I had a standard
size.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So, that's not a problem though. And I think it might look better too. But
okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think that's my only comment, really, is that if the trim is all the same, when you build it, then I think that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there going to be outside corner trim? I assume there is. It just wasn't shown.
Yeah, I didn't decide whether to keep that white or do it the same color as the siding.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you guys had a recommendation. I wanted to get like a more tall profile siding that kind of mimics a clapboard, like natural wood, but is a vinyl product. So I was wondering if you had a good recommendation for that.
You're talking like a 2 and 10 lap?
Maybe more. Maybe like I wanted to do like probably like a 6-inch lap.
Sounds fine if you just find the product you want to put on and do it.
Okay. I didn't know if you guys had a particular recommendation that I just see a lot of houses around here that the siding looks really nice. I guess I could just knock on some doors, Not with COVID though.
Go down to Cardinal Building Supply and look at what they got, I guess.
Yeah. But that's what I was thinking, is kind of a taller siding profile. Yeah, it would, to answer your question, it would have the corners though.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I would do them wider if I would do them the color of the siding.
All right. Well, I personally think we could move this to a vote tonight. It's preliminary, but does anyone else not agree with that?
Good.
I do just have a follow-up question. When we're talking about the window trim being more consistent, John, were you thinking about putting the headers on all of the windows? Was that correct?
Yeah, I would just put a header. I would put a header on all the windows that's just probably slightly thicker than the side trim on the exterior side trim on the windows, and a little bit taller.
Okay, and
That's
then
kind of what I'm going for.
would you carry that then to your garage door and your exterior doors, or just the windows?
Probably the doors, the garage doors. I feel like that would look funny. I would probably just do a smaller profile on the garage doors and keep it the same on the sides and top.
Okay, so we would be not doing the headers on the garage doors. And then what about your regular exterior doors, not the overhead doors?
Yeah, I would do a similar exterior trim on the man doors. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm just trying to be clear in my own head about what we're looking at here. So thank you for the clarifications.
Yep, you're welcome.
And then you'd have the sill on all the windows as well. Like, I guess actually on your window sheet, everything but window 1 has a sill like that, or has some sort of sill.
Yeah, they would have sills. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. Okay.
All right, so it sounds like just a clarification on the window trim is going to match, and that the grills are going to match.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're good with that, then we can move forward with a motion.
Okay, I'm sorry, one more clarification.
sure.
Sorry, guys. John, did you want to go ahead and have us put the wider siding profile in the motion?
Well, so I think I had it as like a 6-inch lap, like single height 6-inch, right?
Okay, and is that what you want to stay with?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. With that, do I have a motion on 800 Edgar?
I'll make a motion to approve 800 Edgar with the following understandings. All the windows will have window sills. All the windows and doors, with the exception of the garage doors, will have window header trim. The mutton pattern on all the windows will be similar. And outside corner trim will be added.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, John, you're approved and good to go.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one.
You do the same. Since I missed the beginning few minutes, I want to say hi to Mark. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, good to see everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't even think I knew Tracy was having a baby, so
Yeah,
it's been a while.
yeah, no doubt.
Mara, are you back? There you are. So
Does
are we
anyone
adjourned,
have
Bob?
any?
Captain
What?
America. I like the Captain America shield.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, in the basement because I'm also have the high school basketball game on the TV.
Yeah.
Since I can't be there watching. Any questions about my email earlier? I wanted to be available in case there were questions.
Nope, sounds good to me. I mean, thank you for the clarifications.
Yeah, I thought it was very straightforward and letting us know what the process is for you.
I think,
And we appreciate the extra time that you're putting into this. I know with
Absolutely.
everything else that you have to juggle, one more thing on your plate is, complicates things. So we do appreciate it.
I'm just struggling with something that is above and beyond a code issue, an element that's gone onto a house that's decorative. It might be above and beyond the call. I guess I'm just a strong believer in that we should be making a lot more recommendations. And by the time, Mara, by the time you take their comments to them, and it's this Zoom thing, it's just never going to be as good as an in-person meeting. These are things that I just don't know if it's in our purview as an architectural review board to compel somebody to put a little roof over their door. I mean,
Again, we're not compelling them in any way, shape, or form.
All right, well, then let me ask you a question.
Yes.
When it comes to us and it says, pre-approval, where is it? With these understandings, if a homeowner gets to the project and decides they don't want to put the little roof over the door, they're not in any peril then, right?
They would just need to send amended elevations to me, and I would have the conversation with them, and we would have that discussion. If it was not necessarily, the reason why it's put in there is I'm not requiring them to bring me another set of drawings.
I get that. I understand that. I just think the language would be better pre-approval with the suggestion that a roof.
But it's no longer a suggestion. They've said they want to do it, just like when you were sitting around the table in council chambers and you all discuss it and the homeowner says, oh, yes. Oh, I didn't think about that. I would love to put a window in my closet. I didn't realize it would give me extra light. When they sit there, you all make the understanding that that is something that's what the drawing that you've approved is going to look like.
If it's not a requirement, and you're telling me it's not a requirement, why don't we just list it as a suggestion and leave it at that?
Because it goes from one staff person to another staff person. We have to have something in writing of what did you all approve? What did you approve? And if it was a discussion and a recommendation and the elevations come back and don't have what you suggested, it's a paper trail that helps us know what was approved. If they want to go back and not have that, we have lots of options to have that conversation.
Okay, well, and do you inform them of that as well?
Mhm.
It's very confusing. You're telling me it's not required, but I'm reading the language and we're making approvals with it. And then it makes me uncomfortable approving it if I know there's an element that.
So you just had a conversation, you just had a conversation with an applicant and you all put in your motion that you understood that he was doing certain things with his windows, that he was doing certain things with the elevations, and that was put in your motion. It's the exact same thing.
Well, it's different in that that person was here live speaking with us, I guess. So there's a different dynamic to it, so.
Well, that's why I wanted to put the email out there that if you would prefer that I not spend the time and you want to sit here for 3 hours with everyone, I am perfectly happy to push that back over to all of you.
I don't have any problem with you doing this. I just think there probably could be a better, I think a more effective, more professional group of architects and people working in service to the community in terms of a governance issue. If these are not things that are code required or whatever, if there was a language that basically the mindset of us was, you might want to consider this, you might want to consider that, but it always gets written up like it sounds like it's an absolute strict requirement. And now you're just telling me it's not a strict requirement. So I'm just a little confused, that's all. So That's where I am. And I guess I'm the reason you're writing this thing, I would think, but,
In some ways I am, because every time you vote against something and then that vote is shown in the motion, it confuses sometimes the applicants as to why their project is being voted against.
yeah.
So if your concern is that you're voting against
Well, and I can
a
clarify.
project because you don't like it, that's a different situation.
Okay.
And so if we're going to be on Zoom this way, I wanted us to all have an understanding. And if you would prefer that I bring everything back to you, we can totally do that. But continuing to have a vote against a project just because you don't like how the motion was written, we need to have that understanding. It's not beneficial to any of us or to the community.
Well, I'm not voting against the project. I'm voting to support the project as approved, as submitted. And I am taking exception to, I guess, the addendum that's been attached to the approval. So, and, you know, we may never sort it out, but, and, you know, we're in this Zoom thing. I get it. And it makes it clumsy. So anyway, that's my uncomfort or discomfort level with this process. And I just feel compelled to express it.
Any other feedback from anyone else?
No, I thought, I'm glad you wrote the email, because I think getting everyone on the same page, it's no different than when we sat in a meeting and suggested a change, just like we did tonight, and he said yes. You've just done that before, so that you know, we're not spending time on the Zoom call because they've already agreed to it. So it's pretty clear to me. You know, when the applicant doesn't want to do something that's suggested, or they want to talk about it, they appear on the Zoom call. So I want to say, you know, I thought it was clear, and I appreciate the clarification, at least, along with the time. So speaking of which, when is the next ARB submission due? By
Today.
Tuesday? Okay.
Today was our deadline.
Okay. All right.
So submission dates are always on the day, usually always on the day of the meeting.
Yeah.
Like, so the next one's going to be the 21st.
Gotcha. Yeah. And the reason I was asking is because sometimes we give them a few days to return, you know, to get on the next one after we talk. And that's why I wanted to clarify it.
Yeah, we do. If someone was on tonight and needed to resubmit, we
Yeah.
do give them usually, because it's just simply a resubmittal, we give them usually till at the latest the Tuesday at like noon.
Right.
If they really need that, but ideally we want it before then.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for clarifying. All right. Well, I guess our official meeting is adjourned, or was already.
Yeah.
All right. Are we
All
done,
right,
Laura?
everyone.
You done with us?
I am, if no one else has any other questions.
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
sounds
All
good.
right.
Good to
Stay
see
safe.
everybody.
See you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye. See you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Ken.